Alright. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. Hey guys, this is The Freeze, and this is our story and our bungalow tour. Here we have our main room, kitchen, front door.
Our lovely stairs. Can you show them the loft?
Yeah, sure.
That's where we sleep.
That's where we sleep up there. It's right above the whole kind of studio apartment thing we have going on. Over here is where we have dinner, a fridge. The magic happens. We cook the dinners. Alright, what else do we want to show them? The office.
This is the office. This is where the magic happens. Got some bookshelves, guitar, piano. Here's where all the writing magic happens. Our lovely desk. That bookshelf, my mom made. Straight up. Yeah, she's awesome. Always see some pictures. Cute. We have this lovely closet area. Right here. Lots of storage space. It's pretty nice. I like it.
There's a view from the bathroom looking into our living room. Here we've got
Huge bathroom.
big
Huge.
bathroom space,
Shower
stacked washer dryer,
that I love.
shower. Amazingly, we are able to share our sink.
Not for long.
So
Voila, we love it. It's cute and it's perfect for our first year of marriage.
So now I guess we can talk about our story. Yeah, so how did we meet? Miranda and I met in New York City. I was there for a writers conference. It was actually Thriller Fest 9. I wanted to really focus on like the whole writing thing. I was trying to get my book Be Fallen published. On one of the days that I had off, I decided to tour the city. Wanted to see some of the sights, Times Square, all of that fun stuff while I was there. And little did I know, someone else was touring the city at the same time.
It just so happened to be my day off. I was a nanny in New Jersey. I had been there for like 3 months. I'd been there for not very long. Decided to go and also tour the city because I hadn't been there for very long, and that sounded like something fun to do. And we met on the corner of 32nd Street and 7th Avenue.
32nd and 7th Avenue.
Right next to Madison Square Garden.
Penn Station.
Penn Station.
Penn Station.
Yep, so underneath, I had just come out of Penn Station, the escalator that comes out right in front of Madison Square Garden. And that's where we met.
I was standing across the street, and I don't know if you've ever been to New York City. The people are all business. When they walk, they look straight ahead or down, and they're not. I don't want to say they're not the friendliest people, but they're all business. I was walking around. Of course, I was looking up at all the buildings and looking at all the sights, and so I was pretty excited just to be in New York City. And I just walked from Times Square, and I was walking to Penn Station, and I look across the street, and there's this girl just kind of looking around at all the sights, and I immediately knew she wasn't like a New Yorker. I could tell that she was probably doing the same thing I was doing, for some reason, I think it was just kind of the hype of pitching my book in Thriller Fest, and I was just on this like ego high, so I thought I'd actually have the confidence to go over and talk to her. So I actually went over to the street vendor and bought a pair of sunglasses. I walked across the street and just said, hey.
Tapped me on the shoulder, and I was like, who is touching me in New York City? My hand was about ready to slap somebody because I had my guard up, and he looked at me, and I couldn't see him because he had these sunglasses on, and he said, I just thought you should know that you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And I was like,
I don't know where that came from.
I was like, oh, thanks. And then we just started talking. Found out we were both going to the same places and wanted to explore the same places, so we just went from there.
First stop was Empire State Building.
That was fun.
We went all the way to the top. I think they have like this thing going where what was it, Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
You get a tour of the city with Kevin Bacon.
From helicopter.
From a helicopter.
Although you're still in the
Yeah.
building.
So Kevin Bacon basically narrated our first date.
We have a special place in our heart for Kevin.
Yeah, we do. We certainly do. So Kevin Bacon, if you're watching this, thank you, man. After that, we decided we wanted to go see the Statue of Liberty. We got lost in the subway for a while. Finally made it all the way down.
So hot.
It was really hot. And finally made it all the way to where the ferry docks.
We were gonna go to Ellis Island, but it was the very last ferry had already left, and we were like, dang it, we still want to see the Statue of Liberty closer up. So we decided to take the Staten Island ferry, which neither of us had never been on, been on. And so we were like, okay, sure, we'll just go to Staten Island and explore there. The boat ride was awesome. It was cool breeze, the ocean, went right by the Statue of Liberty. It was great. We're getting off of the ferry on the other side at Staten Island, and we were like, where are we? This is not even New York. It was scary, so we just instantly turned around. Okay, we get back on the ferry. Went back to them.
If you ever take the Staten Island ferry, just stay on the ferry. I remember there was this moment where we were on the boat though, and you were standing up and you were taking pictures of the Statue of Liberty, and you didn't know it, but I was taking pictures of you. Pretty much of your back. It was just the way the sun was setting at the time, and there was this kind of sea breeze going through your hair, and you just looked like the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I just wanted to always remember that moment. I'm really glad I got that picture. I told her that I had this cocktail party I had to go to later that night with Thriller Fest. Didn't really know what plans she had. I didn't know what she was planning on doing that night.
I had a date later with somebody else.
But I asked her if she wanted to come with me to this cocktail party, and she said.
And I said
sure.
yes. And obviously, I canceled my date with this other person.
Obviously, I remember. Didn't I say something about well, it is gonna be kind of like a nicer dress because we were just wearing our city clothes.
I was just wearing shorts and a workout tank top and my running shoes. I was just ready to go. We were definitely not wearing clothes that you wear to a high-end author's cocktail. He was like, can we go back to your house? Maybe you have clothes to change into. I had got some stuff at the hotel. Maybe we can meet back. And I was like, my house is 30 minutes away, and that's an hour on the train at this time. So I was like, I'll just go grab something for $20 at Forever 21 at the iSide. And you're like, yeah, right, $20.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you said you could do it in 10 minutes. You're like, yeah, just give me 10 minutes and $20. I'll be able to put something together. And I was like, okay. So meanwhile,
and I totally did.
we get off of I think we got off at Grand Central actually, didn't we?
Yep.
We walked around Grand Central, took some pictures there. And then walked to Times Square, and at Times Square, that's where she decided she would buy all of her stuff. So I told her, I was like, okay, look, we're standing on this corner near Times Square, and I said, let's meet back right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run back to my hotel, and I'm going to get dressed in a suit or something, and I'll meet you back here in 10 something minutes, and we can go to the cocktail party together. That's when we parted ways, and it very well could have been the last time we ever saw each other. What we didn't know at that time was her phone died. My phone died.
And we didn't have each other's phone number anyways.
Yeah, we totally didn't. But yeah, I mean, I don't even think I knew your last name at the time. You were just Miranda to me.
Yeah.
And so I rush off, I get to my hotel, I change really, really fast because I was terrified that she would be there. I just pictured her standing on the street corner thinking, great, he just never showed up again. So run out of my hotel room and flag down a taxi. First time I've ever done this, I actually whistled for a taxi. And I jumped in the taxi and rushed back to Times Square, and the whole time I'm telling the taxi driver about how I'm looking for this girl, and he's just like, okay man, good luck, because at that time of night there were thousands and thousands of people in Times Square. So I'm standing on the street corner and I'm looking both ways, and I realize, wait a minute, what if I missed her? What if she's just gone?
And I was panicking in Forever 21 because apparently, even though there was 20 people waiting in line, they had one cashier actually checking people out and 4 people just standing there. So I was freaking out because I was like, this is going to take me 20 minutes just to get through the line, and it had already taken me 15 minutes to find the dress and shoes. And so I was panicking, and I was looking around, like, hoping that he would walk down to where I told him where I was going to be. He waited at the corner and then decided to walk down the streets and look into the shops.
By walk, she means I was running.
He was running.
I was in a full suit, and it was like 90 degrees at night and humid, and I'm just running up and down the street, like, looking in every store, looking everywhere for this brown-haired girl that I'd met named Miranda.
Finally, I'm like still looking out the window hoping he's gonna walk by, and there he is. He like walks into the store or runs by and he sees me, and I'm like looking at him and I was like, hey, and I thought it was raining outside because he had sweat all over his face. His hair was wet. Instantly I was like, okay, now I don't have to run and try and find him and rushing around trying to get through that cashier's line.
So a city full of millions of people, and we were destined not to meet just once, but twice. And miraculously, she had bought like this really cute, like red cocktail dress, some flats, and in a matter of minutes when we got back to the hotel, she had done this like complete transformation. And we ended up spending this magical night at the Hyatt.
Something that he didn't tell me was that his plane was actually supposed to leave that night. That was due out at like, what, 11?
Yeah.
That night, and we still just hung out, kept exploring. New York City never sleeps, so we thought, oh, why should we? So we hung out for a while, and then I didn't get home till like 2 in the morning, and apparently his flight had left at 11, and he was not on the plane. I didn't know this. So the next day, he tried to get on another flight. He went back home to Utah, and I stayed in New Jersey. We talked for about 2 weeks before I came out. I had already made plans to come out to Utah, bought a ticket before I even met him. Just to come visit my family and all my friends, and decided that it would be a great time to come and visit this hot stuff. And
you ended up spending all 2 weeks with me.
Yep. A little bit of time with my family.
When I came to pick her up at the airport, when she came out to visit for those 2 weeks, we actually had our first kiss. I remember turning around and she was just at this full-out run, and she just jumped into my arms and we kissed for the very first time in the airport, which I love airports. I think they're the most romantic places on earth. You could say our second date was to Lagoon, which is a theme park if you're not familiar with Utah. Before she would come out, we started sending these letters, little like handwritten letters, and it was actually my turn to send a letter back, and I didn't send it because I wanted to give it to her in person. I knew that I was falling for this girl, and I couldn't help it. The letter that I'd written her, in it actually said that don't open it until you're on the airplane home.
Basically said, I have just fallen so in love with you. You are everything that I've ever dreamed of having in a wife, and the future wife of a girl that I've always wanted to be with.
Did I say that in the letter?
Yep, you did. He had already said I love you about 3 or 4 times, but at the end it just said, I love you. It was super cute. I cried on the plane. Like, not just like, but like tears, and people were staring at me. Yeah, I was so sad I was leaving him. I fell pretty dang hard for him by that point too.
Wouldn't be too long before we were back together again. What, a month? 2 months? 2 very, very long months of many late night Skyping and letter writing and emailing and texting nonstop.
So August 10th was when I left, and then October 3rd was when I left New Jersey to come back to Utah permanently. So I found another nanny job here and decided to be a lot closer to him.
That night when she came in, I picked her up at the airport and immediately proposed to her.
This bad puppy right here. So beautiful. I know, and he said he was gonna wait too.
Yeah,
the ring was burning a hole in his pocket. I looked down and he's on one knee, and I was like, oh my god, what is he doing? But it was super cute. Of course I said yes.
She saw it coming.
It was probably one of the best nights of my life, other than the night we were married. We were engaged October 3rd of 2014. We were married October 17th of 2015.
Everyone gave us a hard time for having such a long engagement, but I cannot imagine putting together that wedding in like even 6 months. We had it in Logan. We got married in the temple there in Logan, and right across the street at the Bolin Center is where we had our reception.
And I'm like a book upon your shelf, one of thousands hoping to be the next one you pick out. And I'm like your shadow in the sun. I'm so attached to you, I would not exist if you were gone. So hold me closer now, hold me closer now, 'cause I can't make it on my own.
It was such a beautiful night.
Like a desert needs the rain, and I need you like the blood that's in my veins. No one else will ever do. Yeah, I need no one else but you. And you're like a tattoo on my chest, and closer to my heart, it's impossible to get. And you are the melody I sing.
Only 4 months married.
4 months married.
Oh,
I'm so excited to spend forever with you.
forever.
I love you, Miranda.
I love you, Nathaniel. Can't believe you kissed me. That's PDA, babe.